to another soothing evening with us. Tonight, we're delighted to guide you through 4 gentle tales. A quiet stroll along the Silverleaf path, an enchanted dawn in the Meadows of Golden Echoes, a sojourn to the Celestial Marshlands, and a serene evening on the Slate-Sand Shores. Each story is crafted to ease your mind into a state of calm. We always love seeing where everyone is tuning in from, so feel free to share in the comments. Now, settle in, find your comfortable spot, and let the gentle rhythm of our stories guide you toward a restful night. In a hidden corner of the world, away from the bustling towns and the echo of hurried footsteps, there rested a forest of gentle whispers, known as the Silverleaf Grove. This was no ordinary grove. Its trees stood tall and stoic like old, wise guardians, their leaves shimmering with a silvery hue that caught the sunlight in the most charming manner. The grove was home to a path that meandered softly through the trees, inviting one to drift into a leisurely wander. You find yourself entering this serene realm, the cool earth beneath your feet, soft and welcoming. The Silverleaf path is dappled with gentle sunlight, filtering through the canopy above, each beam dancing playfully as the leaves sway in a gentle breeze. This breeze carries the faint, sweet scent of jasmine and honeysuckle from distant meadows, mingling with the crisp, clean air of the forest. As you begin your stroll, the rhythmic sound of your footsteps on the leaf-laden path is accompanied by the soft rustle of the forest's inhabitants. Birds chirp melodiously, their tunes weaving gently through the cool air, while unseen crickets provide a delicate, soporific hum in the background. These sounds resonate through the quiet, wrapping around you in a soft cocoon of tranquility. Each step along the path brings new delights for the senses. Lush ferns line the path, their fronds glistening, touched by morning dew. Each tiny droplet catching the light like a universe unto itself. In the hidden nooks along the trail, clusters of delicate violets and dappled daisies peek through the carpet of silver leaves, their colours vivid against the emerald green of the foliage. Occasionally, you pause to admire an ancient tree, its trunk thick with time, bark rough yet somehow comforting to touch. As your hand brushes its surface, you can feel the groove of life that this tree has known, a silent witness to the passage of countless seasons, the gentle witness to nature's rhythms. At a curve in the path, you come across a small clearing where a gentle stream burbles its way over smooth stones. the water sparkling in the light, creating miniature rainbows in its spray. The air here feels cooler, inviting a moment of rest. As you sit on the soft bank, the sound of the water fills your ears with its rhythmic murmur, soothing away any remnants of daytime bustle from your mind. The stream cradles fallen silver leaves, carrying them playfully downstream. Watching them dance upon the water's surface, you find yourself lulled by their gentle journey, a reminder of the simple pleasures hidden in nature's embrace. With tranquility wrapped around you like a gentle cloak, your journey continues. The path, lined with mossy stones, seems altogether softer now, each step a gentle thud instead of a crackle of dry leaves. The deeper into the grove you wander, the more vibrant the hues of green become. The trees, spreading their vast limbs outward, fill the space with a cool, calming shade. Above, the sun traverses the sky lazily. Here and there, shafts of warm light break through the canopy, painting the forest floor in pools of golden luminescence. The glimmering silver leaves sway with the breeze, creating a mesmerizing dance of lights and shadows. A gentle ballet above your head. In the midst of this scenic harmony, your eyes catch the subtle movement of a fox darting gracefully between the trees. It moves with the ease of a dancer, its fur gleaming as though dusted with gold. For a moment, its eyes meet yours, sharing a silent connection before it disappears into the thicket. You are left with a feeling of quiet awe at this woodland encounter. As the day ambles on, the forest begins to transition ever so delicately into an evening glow. The light becomes softer, more golden. The sound of a distant owl echoes gently, adding its own lullaby to the muted symphony. And there, tucked away beyond verdant ferns, lies a little grove where wildflowers grow in tumbled harmony. A secret garden within this woodland sanctuary. You find yourself drawn here, the light changing to a honeyed hue as the sun dips lower. The garden exudes a feeling of being untouched by time, where nature's hand has painted in strokes of lavender and wild pink. As you linger, the air thickens with the scent of blooming flowers, a fragrant promise of night's approach. In the center of this hidden haven is a bench, hewn from the very heart of the silverleaf trees, its wood smooth and comforting to the touch. As you take a seat, you feel the day's warmth lingering in the wood beneath you, soothing your muscles with its gentle embrace. Slowly, the forest is draped in the silvery light of dusk, The hues blend softly, effortlessly, until the entire grove is cast in twilight's gentle glow. Fireflies begin to appear, their light flickering like tiny, wandering stars. They dance among the flowers, their soft glow reflecting off the leaves, enhancing the dreamlike atmosphere. Cradled in this serene setting, you feel utterly at peace. The hum of the forest subsides, leaving only the gentle rhythm of the breeze through the leaves. Time stretches, each moment lingering beautifully. The longer you sit, the deeper the evening sinks in, and the forest around you wilds to a whisper. Above, a sky of midnight blue unfurls, studded with twinkling stars that wink through the canopy. As darkness wraps the forest in its embrace, the gentle song of a nightingale rises, sweet and clear, echoing softly as it floats among the trees. Here, in this cradle of silverleaf dreams, you feel the world fade gently, urged into slumber by the forest's lullaby. All is calm, all is whispers, and you are cradled by the gentle hands of twilight. With a final glance at the twinkling stars through the branches above, you stretch your legs and wander slowly back down the path. The calming rhythm of your footsteps harmonizing with the nocturnal symphony. The silverleaf path remains, swaying gently in the breeze, forever standing as a haven for those who seek peace, a retreat where one can always find solace within the soft embrace of rustling leaves and twilight serenades. Continuing down the path, the gentle embrace of night envelops you further. The air carries a cooler kiss, barely a whisper against your skin, and it brings with it the rich, earthy scent of dampened earth and aged wood. This realm feels timeless, as if moments stretch and weave into an endless tapestry of gentle quiet. Each step you take is cushioned by a carpet of leaves that have softened in the evening dew, their silvery sheen now merging with the darkening hues of dusk. The forest is alive with the subtle murmurings of creatures settling into their nightly routines. The sound of a distant stream flows softly to your right, its waters tracing their path with patient intent, while nearby a family of deer makes its way quietly through the undergrowth, their graceful forms barely audible. Soon you come across a wooden bridge arcing over the stream, made of the same ancient, hardy wood as the bench from before. Its surface smooth and sturdy underfoot. As you pause midway across, The sound of trickling water beneath becomes your focus, a gentle melody that washes away lingering thoughts, inviting you deeper into repose. Beyond the bridge, the pathway broadens slightly, leading into an open glade bathed in moonlight. Here, the trees give way to a basin of lush grass, a natural theatre where the moon shares its silver glow. The grass is cool and soft beneath your hands as you take this moment to rest, lying back to gaze up at the vast sky. The stars above twinkle in quiet conversation, their light echoing the tales of ancient travelers who once journeyed under the same expanse. Among the constellations, you find familiar shapes. The Great Bear, Orion, each telling stories of their own ventures across the sky. The moon hangs low, a luminescent sentinel watching over this peaceful night. Its light gentle and encompassing. With the earth as your pillow, you close your eyes briefly, only to be greeted by the whisper of a slow, soothing breeze. It carries with it the soft, lilting notes of a flute, played somewhere in the woods. Its melody mingling beautifully with the cricket's nightly chorus. The music meanders around you, threading its way through the branches and leaves, wrapping you in an audible embrace. Rising from your grassy rest, you continue your gentle exploration, the path now luminous underfoot. The enchantment of Silverleaf Grove seems endless, like a dream spun softly, each moment slipping effortlessly into the next. As you walk, the walls of the forest close in once again, but you remain unfazed, comforted by their ancient presence. Eventually, you find yourself led to the edge of a vast pond, its surface mirroring the night sky like an unflawed mirror. The water stretches out, calm and still, creating a boundary between the magic of the grove and the wider world. Lying on its banks, you watch as the night's guardians, owls with their wide, unblinking eyes, glide silently above, casting elongated shadows that merge with the water's reflected depths. Fireflies continue their exhilarating dance, circling gracefully above the pond, their light creating ripples in the water's reflection. Their presence is an orchestra of subtle flashes, their beauty raw and natural, as if the stars themselves have descended to join in this serene celebration. In this magical landscape, time feels like a gentle current, moving forward, yet holding you in its embrace. You breathe deeply, filling your lungs with the cool, clear air, and you feel a profound sense of unity with the world around you. Here, under the canopy of silver leaves and stars, is a place where the heart can truly find solace and the mind can wander unburdened. As you finally rise and make your gentle way back along the now familiar path, the forest whispers its gentle goodbyes with the rustle of leaves and the soft sigh of evening wind. The path leads you back to where your journey began, the boundary between the grove and beyond, marked by a grand arch of intertwined branches and leaves, aglow with moonlight. You pause here, taking one last look over your shoulder, bidding farewell to the Silverleaf Grove, a place of gentle secrets and whispered dreams. Carrying the tranquility you found here within your heart, you step away, feeling refreshed, lightened, and in tune with the night, ready to slip into slumber's awaiting embrace with newfound peace. Release any tension you're holding and let the next story find you right where you are. In a far corner of the world where time seemed to yawn in perpetual leisure, there lay a vast expanse known as the Meadows of Golden Echoes. This enchanting place was tucked away between rolling hills and ancient forests, the grasses swaying like ocean waves under a boundless sky. Here, dawn arrived with a gentle touch, painting the landscape with hues of amber and crimson, a tranquil greeting from the sun still slumbering behind distant peaks. The air was crisp with the freshness of a new day, carrying with it the soft, earthy aroma of dew-kissed wildflowers. As the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, the meadow awoke with a symphony of gentle rustlings and whispers. The grasses, tall and slender, whispered secrets to one another, their silken voices accompanied by the soft rustle of leaves in a light breeze. A winding path of smooth, worn stones meandered through the meadow, each stone warmed by countless sunrises. Alongside the path, clusters of daisies and buttercups nodded sleepily, petals glistening with morning dew. Above, the sky unfurled in soft pastel shades, the last twinkling stars reclining in their celestial realms as the sun began its graceful ascent. The serenity of the meadow was punctuated by the melody of a distant brook, its waters tumbling over polished stones, singing an age-old lullaby. Occasionally, the brook sent up a spray of cool mist, which hung in the air like tiny prisms, capturing the dawn's first light and scattering it in a gentle rainbow. The heart of the meadow was adorned with an ancient oak tree, its massive branches extending like protective arms. Beneath this venerable guardian, the earth formed a natural hollow great many stories had been whispered, the echoes of laughter and gentle voices lingering in the stillness. The oak's leaves, a mix of emerald and gold, quivered softly, a gentle counterpoint to the brook's song. Tiny creatures of the meadow began their sunlit dance. A family of rabbits emerged from their burrow, their fur like soft clouds. They meandered through the grasses, pausing to nibble on morning clover. Nearby, a pair of hummingbirds flitted from bloom to bloom, their wings a shimmering cascade that blurred the line between dream and reality. As the horizon brightened, shadows retreated to their twilight homes, and the meadow was bathed in light. The sun's rays, now warm and embracing, invited every living thing to bask in its glow. It was a gentle invitation, one accepted gratefully by the daisies and clover, their petals unfurling to greet the day. Under the venerable oak, the air was filled with the warm scent of sun-warmed wood and sweet grass. Here in this sheltered space, time seemed to stretch lazily, each moment blending seamlessly into the next. The hum of bees drifting lazily from bloom to bloom added their own gentle music to the meadow's tableau. A perfect harmony with the feathered choristers perched upon the branches overhead. A butterfly, its wings painted in the most delicate shades of blue and silver, danced through the sunbeams. It performed a timeless ballet, spiraling upward towards the sky before drifting lazily back down, allowing the air to cradle it softly, not far from the shade of the oak. A small pond reflected the sky like a glassy mirage. Water lilies rested upon its surface, their petals a pale pink, blushing with the promise of day. Occasionally, a gentle ripple would kiss the surface as a silent fish darted near, its scales glimpsed for a moment under the sun's embrace. Birdsong filled the air as the meadow truly came alive, a symphony led by the lilting twitter of wrens and the deeper coos of doves. From the shelter of the willow trees lining the brook, a lone thrush added its voice to the morning chorus, its melody a sweet and clear counter-melody to the rustling grasses. The sun, now warmly glowing, cast shadows like a delicate lace over the meadow, each movement of the trees and flowers creating a new pattern upon the earth. Everything about this place seemed crafted in stillness, a lullaby of time suspended where the heart could rest, unburdened and free. As the warmth of the day deepened, a gentle breeze stirred, carrying with it the scent of honeysuckle and lavender from some hidden corner of the meadow. Sweet and light, the fragrance released the senses, a whisper of nature's gentle hand. It was now the time when the meadow's guardian, an elderly tortoise known to the creatures of the field, would begin his daily journey. Emerging with a graceful languor, he set off slowly over the path, each step a testament to the tranquility and peace that reigned here. His shell bore the patterns of ancient runes etched by the sands of time and the seasons that came and went with a comforting predictability. His journey was not one of destination, but of presence, a slow and contemplative wander amidst the hues and smells of the meadow. Each step coincided with the beat of nature's rhythm, the earth soft underfoot, a tapestry woven with delight and simplicity. The meadow, under the sun's benevolent gaze, carried the gentle promise of eternal restfulness. As the tortoise moved onward, a handful of rabbits trailed behind, their game a quiet echo of his own path. They stopped often to play or nibble, sentinel guardians of a peace that time itself upheld. Softly, the midday sun brought with it a silvery silence, unlike any before. It was as if the meadow held its breath in anticipation of an unseen miracle, perhaps the zenith of its peaceful potential. The creatures, invigorated by the sun's glow, continued their gentle interactions, their quiet games and soft calls painting a panorama of earthly bliss. As afternoon settled gently upon the meadow, the western sky began its gradual transformation, the sun leaning towards the horizon, preparing for its evening descent. The colors of the meadow deepened, the gold of the grasses shimmering more resplendently, kissed by the day's final light. A light mist began to form over the brook, conjuring a gentle veil that sifted through the rays of the lowering sun like threads of dream-woven silk. The world seemed composed entirely of softness, brushed lightly as with the delicate hand of a master artist. Beneath the old oak, the air remained a tapestry of gentle rhythms and assurance, carrying with it an almost imperceptible hum of life's gentle persistence. If one listened intently, they could swear they heard the echoes of time's own heartbeat, a soothing lullaby that lulled the soul into its own quiet reverie. By the pond, the day was retreating gracefully, its reflection rippling gently with the passage of time, the water mirroring the sky, now touched with the faintest blush of coral hues as night stood poised to reclaim its realm. Fireflies began to pepper the twilight air, their lights flickering in a dance of greeting and farewell. The evening chorus sang the meadow's slow descent into night, the sounds shifting to the soft harmonies of crickets and the occasional owl's call, a gentle invitation to rest, to reflect, to simply be. In the heart of the meadow, as the last light waned and stars delicately pinpricked the sky, tranquility held sway. There was no rush here, no hurry to greet the next day. For within the meadows of golden echoes, beauty and peace were eternal, and so the meadow sighed contentedly, each living soul tucked gently into the warm embrace of the night, dreams cradled in harmonious silence, where time's gentle echo lingered long after the dawn had passed once more into twilight, an endless cycle of rest and renewal. The moon began its climb into the star-studded sky, casting a soft, silvery glow over the meadow, a gentle counterpart to the sun's vibrant farewell. The celestial luminary shared its light with the quiet inhabitants of the night, revealing shadows that danced lazily among the grasses. The owls, now the meadow's nightly sentinels, hooted softly from their perch atop the ancient oak, their eyes reflecting the moonlight, keen and watchful. A family of deer ventured out from the shelter of the trees, their elegant forms moving with silent grace as they navigated the moonlit meadow, pausing occasionally to graze on the tender shoots, softened by the evening dew. As the night deepened, the air grew cooler, and a blanket of mist wrapped itself around the meadow, tender and ethereal. Each blade of grass, each petal and each stone seemed to hum with a quiet, vibrant energy, a whispering promise that this tranquil place would continue to thrive under the watchful eyes of sky and earth. In the distance, the brook sang its eternal lullaby, the gentle rush of water over stones echoing like a delicate chime. Its song carried the stories of countless nights and days, of sun-drenched mornings and starlit eves, a continuous thread woven through the meadow's timeless tapestry. The night's fragrance was a heady mix of jasmine and night-blooming cereus, a scent that lingered in the crisp air, wrapping every creature in its soothing embrace. It was a reminder of the beauty that lay hidden in the darkness, a whispered message that only those who ventured into the night could hear. As midnight whispered its way through the meadow, the tortoise, having completed his slow journey, paused to rest beneath the protective canopy of the oak. His eyes, wise and deep, reflected the stars above, a mirror of the countless skies he had seen arching majestically over this haven of peace. He settled into the earth, the soft moss creating a perfect cradle to support his ancient shell. Soon, he was visited by the fireflies, their luminous dance encircling him in a gentle, flickering embrace. They seemed to perform a ritual of light just for him, illuminating the wisdom etched within his shell, a testament to the patient passage of time. And as if to honor this sacred moment, a gentle breeze picked up, carrying with it the rustling conversation of leaves and the subtle sighs of the night. Each whisper was a promise enfolded in the darkness, a pledge that the cycle of the meadow's gentle days and serene nights would continue unabated, eternal as the stars themselves. In time, the nocturnal symphony began to soften, a delicate diminuendo, as the first inklings of a new day brushed the eastern horizon. The meadow lay swathed in the ghostly hues of pre-dawn, the world holding its breath in the expectant hush. Slowly, as if guided by an unseen hand, the sky lightened to a soft greyness, shadows retreating like dreams that linger at the edge of waking. The meadow stirred once more, each creature greeted by the tender light of a new dawn, thus and beginning its ascent over the distant hills. The dance of day and night resumed its timeless waltz, painting the meadows of golden echoes with promise and tranquility, an endless story of peace, woven with the gentle threads of nature's eternal artistry. Here, every sunrise and sunset was a cherished gift, a precious jewel in the crown of time's uninterrupted march towards eternity. And in this quiet corner of the world, as dawn began to kiss the sky with its resplendent hues, the meadow awoke anew, poised at the threshold of another peaceful day, where dreams and reality intertwined softly in the glow of the rising sun. And so one story ends, and another begins. Let yourself sink a little deeper. Nestled in a corner of the world where the skies melt into a watercolor tapestry of blues and pinks lies the serene Celestial Marshlands, a place that seems to dwell in its own dimension, painted with brush strokes of tranquility and calm, where whispers of the past gently interlace with the present, like the meandering loops of a slow-moving river. As dusk unfurls, the marshlands welcome you with open arms. Tall grasses sway rhythmically in the cool breeze, their silvery tips catching the last light of the sun as day slowly gives way to night. Amongst the lush foliage, reeds rustle softly, their whisperings mingling with the distant lullaby of a stream cascading over smooth pebbles. The air is imbued with the gentle, earthy aroma of wet earth and distant salt from the unseen sea, a reminder of the harmonious dance between land and water. A wooden path, worn smooth by countless footsteps, snakes its way through this dreamscape, elevating you above the marshy waters. Each footstep on the wood is a gentle note in an unseen symphony composed by nature itself. As you tread lightly, you notice the small ripples that lap lazily against the slender wooden supports, a testament to the peaceful existence all around. The marshlands are kissed by the soft glow of an impending starlit sky. The horizon is a painter's palette, transitioning seamlessly from the soft coral to deep indigo. Above, the first stars timidly begin to punctuate the gathering darkness, twinkling shyly amidst the velvet canopy. Somewhere nearby, a lone frog releases its evening song, a hollow, melodic croak that echoes affectionately through the reeds. Wandering further, you come across a small clearing where cattails stand like sentries, keeping watch over this enchanted realm. Here, a soft mist hangs low, casting the landscape in an otherworldly shroud. It gently caresses your skin, cool and refreshing, as you pause to take in the ethereal beauty that surrounds you. At your feet, the marsh pools into a shallow, glassy mirror, reflecting the sky's hues and the delicate silhouettes of dancing fireflies. Time begins to lose its meaning as you linger in this place. There is magic in the air, held aloft in the gentle whisper of the wind through the marsh grass and the soft swish of water against your wooden path. You feel the present moment stretch, inviting you to stay a little while longer, to drink in the tranquility that is the lullaby of life in the marshlands. As evening deepens, the sun dips lower, its rays retreating with a gentle sigh over the horizon. A subtle chill begins to weave through the air, encouraging you to pull your shawl tighter around your shoulders. The night creatures now stir to greet the dusk, their rustling movements a soft counterpoint to the evening's symphony. The sweet scent of jasmine drifts softly from a lush thicket nearby, mingling with the faint musk of peat and moss. You come upon an old wooden bench, cradled between two stately willow trees. Their slender branches trail gracefully into the water, like fingers combing through the shimmering surface. You decide to rest here, surrendering to the marsh's tender embrace. Seated there, surrounded by the gentle sway of willows and the lull of quiet waters, you let the world slip away. With eyes half closed, you feel the marshlands breathing around you. A subtle, rhythmic pulse that speaks of ancient rituals and timeless stories. The light of the stars is now more distinct, mirrored in the calm, dark waters below, creating an illusion of a boundless universe stretching at your feet. The moon hangs low, casting silvery trails across pathways of the marsh, guiding night creatures on their nocturnal wanderings. Above, the celestial dance of the night unfolds, a cascade of twinkling marvels that keep watch over this gentle sanctuary. The air becomes dense with the flora's nocturnal fragrance, evenly spread by the soothing caress of the night wind. It is as if the world itself is humming a lullaby, an ode to both the marshlands and your soul. The time drifts lazily by. Minutes become hours in the dreamlike quality of this place, as a gentle weariness starts to seep through your limbs. The warmth of the willows, the fresh, cool air, and the gentle hymns of the marsh work in harmony to cradle you ever so softly. A pond lies ahead, cradled in the heart of the marshlands, where water meets stars, and time ebbs with the quiet ripple of its shores, laced with lily pads, their broad leaves so smooth and green. It hosts tiny islands of beauty beneath the moon's serene gaze. Each pad supports delicate blooms, their pale petals unfurling in the moonlight, sending a fragrance of pure sweetness into the night. You pause to savor this sight, allowing the peace to seep into your very being. The fireflies dance again around the pool, weaving a luminescent ballet that echoes the twinkles in the sky above, a reflection of the universe in miniature, alive with the grace of 1,000 stars. Standing there, you feel a profound connection to everything: the reeds, the willow trees, the vast expanse of sky and water, and to your own quiet heart. It is as though the borders between your body and the earth dissolve, leaving only a languid peace and the gentle beating of life on this soft patch of earth. Heavy eyelids slowly fall, coaxed by the marsh's careful lull. The sounds of nature forming a gentle cocoon of tranquility that wraps around you. The celestial marshlands breathe a slow, calming sigh, and you find yourself sinking deeper into the warmth of a serene, unworried dream. Finally, as the night deepens and the fireflies draw their fiery paths through the darkness, you drift into a gentle, restful sleep, cradled by the ethereal beauty of the marshlands, where time holds still and peace reigns eternal. A soft sigh escapes past your lips as you feel yourself settling more comfortably into the embrace of the wooden bench. You allow your thoughts to flow like the gentle streams that carve through the marsh, meandering lazily with no sense of urgency. As the tranquility seeps into your bones, a gentle rustling draws your attention to a nearby thicket where a family of deer emerges, delicate and graceful. The does and fawns step carefully, their slender legs maneuvering over the uneven terrain with a balletic poise. They pause to nibble at tender shoots, their presence an indelible testament to the sanctuary that the marshlands provide. Their eyes, wide and calm, lock onto yours for a moment, a silent acknowledgement of your shared space under the vast night sky. The cool night air is suddenly filled with the soft, poignant notes of a distant bird calling to its mate. A solitary melody weaving through the evening chorus. You recognize it as the song of the nightingale, its notes pure and sweet, filling the air with an essence that seems to belong to a realm beyond the here and now. This sound, so familiar yet distant, tugs at your heart, stirring an ancient longing for the untouched and eternal. You look upward, and the stars seem to draw nearer, bright and alive in their celestial dance. The constellations at first appear scattered, but soon reveal themselves in their purposeful order. Stories written across the canvas of night in light years and lucid dreams. The plough guides you northward, while Orion keeps watch over the south. Familiar guides in an unfamiliar yet comforting world. Tiredness begins to weigh gently upon you, like a soft blanket draped warmly around your shoulders. Your mind drifts again, this time to a hidden nook within the marshlands, where glowworms weave phosphorescent scarves along tangled vines. In this secret world, light does not merely fall, it resonates, vibrates in tune with the quiet heartbeats of tiny creatures who call this paradise home. A lone heron, regal and quiet, wades through the moonlit pond, its silhouette a study in poise and patience. It too finds peace and sustenance here. Its presence, a gentle reminder of the cycle of life that spins silently, serenely in the marsh, with each waiting. As the quiet rhythms of the night deepen, you let your body sink further into the soothing curve of the bench, feeling the gentle coolness of the wood beneath you. A last portal to the waking world. The marsh wraps around you, as if it could sense the deep release of tension, holding you tenderly in an embrace that is warm and reassuring. You glimpse the shimmer of a single fluttering leaf caught by a moonbeam, and for a brief moment, the world seems suspended. This is the peace you've been seeking, an anchor amidst the eternal ebb and flow of life, a place where the heart finds its beat in harmony with the pulse of nature. The owl's low hoot is the evening's closing note, a lullaby that beckons you toward dream's gentle tide. You surrender gratefully, allowing the night to envelop you fully. The marshlands, with all their whispers and quiet songs, have become your ethereal refuge, a place where time is as fluid as the water that flows beneath the gentle sway of the reeds, and where dreams are born from the very fabric of the cosmos itself. Breathing in, you take one last lungful of cool, jasmine-scented air, then exhale slowly as the boundary between the waking world and the land of dreams blurs into one seamless horizon. The celestial marshlands, cradle and comforter, murmur their approval as they watch over your dreams, ensuring all is well while the world spins on, lost in its own nightly reverie. And now, let yourself settle in a little deeper as we begin our next tale. In a corner of the world where the whispers of the ocean meet the steady rhythms of time, there lies a little-known haven named the Slate-Sand Shores. Here, waves caress the land with a lover's gentleness, their foamy edges swirling softly onto the dark, slate-grey sands that lend the shore its unique name. The sun was beginning its descent beyond the horizon when you slowly walked along this tranquil stretch, the serene evening welcoming you with open arms. The sky was painted in soft pastels, a canvas of blushing pinks and cool blues that seemed to melt into each other seamlessly. As the sun dipped lower, it cast a warm golden light that danced playfully across the wave tops, like little flecks of spinning gold dust settling momentarily before being swallowed by the ocean's embrace. Your footsteps were soft and closely accompanied by the crunching of the delicate, tiny shells scattered along the shore. Each step was accompanied by the subtle scent of salt and seaweed, rising from the ocean's breath and carried by a gentle, cooling breeze that wrapped around you like a well-loved shawl. The air was sweet, with the kind of freshness that tasted almost as crisp and clean as a morning dew, lingering like a delicate mist in each breath you took. Behind you lay the gentle hills and a sparse line of scrubby, rugged flora. They rose and fell modestly, like the whispered echoes of ancient dunes, dressed in wild grasses and patches of resilient wildflowers, their muted colours blending seamlessly with the earthy hues of the shoreline. Occasionally, the foliage would yield a sandy trail that twisted and turned toward the ocean, each path a secret invitation to the beauty that lay hidden beyond. As you continued to meander, delicate sounds of sea life reached your ears, each note contributing to the symphony of the evening. A lone seagull called somewhere in the distance, its cry mingling with the rhythmic hush of the tide. Closer, the crackling of tiny crabs skittered across the shifting sand, seeking refuge from the ebbing waves. The ocean itself seemed to have a gentle heart here, beating with each consistent wave, lapping at the shores with a sound both constant and reassuring. It was like nature's own lullaby, sung sweetly to anyone who might care to listen. You paused for a moment and sat at the edge of where the land touched the sea, feeling the cool moisture seep through the fabric of your clothes, the sand hugging you in a comforting embrace. In the gathering twilight, with the first stars winking into existence overhead, you began to notice the delicate bioluminescence in the water. Tiny glowing organisms set the edge of the waves alight in a divine, otherworldly glow. Each ripple a cascade of soft, ethereal blue light, as if the ocean itself had captured the heavens and was releasing them gently back into the night. The soft murmur of a kindred spirit strolling nearby made you glance up toward the dunes. There, a narrow path meandered through the coarse grasses, and you decided to follow it, drawn by the promise of a new view. As you walked, the soft sand slipped easily beneath your feet, warming your soles from the day's sun, yet cooled by the evening breeze. The path led to a small crescent-shaped bay, where the rocks formed a natural amphitheatre around a shimmering pool. Here, the tide had receded to leave behind tiny pockets of seawater, which starfish and sea anemones swayed gently, like guardians of a hidden treasure. The mirrored surface reflected the slowly darkening sky, creating an illusion of stars dancing upon the earth. You lay back on the mossy patch of stone, content to simply be there, gazing upwards as the sky shifted from rose to lavender to the inky blue of night. A gentle layer of mist began to roll in from the sea, feathered tendrils curling and coiling over the water and land with an easeful grace. It seemed to cradle the coastline, softening the edges of reality until everything felt far away and dreamlike. Here, tucked away from the bustling world, there was a comfort in the solitude, a quiet resonance that nourished the soul. The significance of time itself seemed to unravel into nothingness amid the rhythmic heartbeat of the waves and the whispered lull of the gentle breeze. Perhaps it was the absence of man's touch here, allowing nature to reign, to hold dominion in its own undisturbed ways. Somewhere behind, a lighthouse began its insistent rotation, casting wide sweeps of soothing light that played across the ocean and land alike. Each revolution felt more like a heartbeat than a warning, a calm that promised safety to the sailors in distant waters. This light bathed everything it touched in a glow that was neither intrusive nor severe, but rather soft as a whispered promise under a sky full of whispered dreams. Contentment settled over you as the stars now gleamed like myriad tiny lanterns scattered across a velvet cloak. Each celestial body was a story untold, a life unlived, keeping company with the moon, which hung low, heavy, and comforting in its fullness. Moonlight silvered the sands anew, polishing any corners left untouched by the soft reach of the lighthouse's beam. You turned your thoughts inward, matching the slow breaths of the ocean, breathing in rhythm and letting each fresh, salty breath fill your senses. The cool tingle of sea air invigorating even as it soothed. You felt utterly in balance here, where the earth met the sea, where the night met the day, where wakefulness met dreams. Eventually, you rose and wandered back towards the dunes, tracing a path parallel to the tide line, walking slowly. The sea continued its soft song, while the breeze played its gentle harmony. In this place of soft edges and blurred lines, your journey was less about where you went and more about the space in between, the quiet moment shared with the presence of the shore. Back on the main beach, the tall grasses whispered softly, swaying with each subtle shift of the breeze. Everywhere, soft sounds, soft colours, a world that softly gleamed and shifted, glowing dull gold and silver green under the night sky. Each touch one of comfort. As you reached the end of your path, you could see your quiet seaside cottage in the near distance, its windows glowing warmly through the night, promising rest and respite from the world outside. The small thatched roof sat snugly against the landscape, its chimney a slender spire pointing towards the stars. Inside, a fire crackled with a bright, steady flicker, casting shadows that danced playfully upon the worn wooden walls. Stepping inside, the aroma of oak and sea air clung faintly within, forever part of this place. You set the kettle on with a contented sigh, and while the water heated, you settled beside the fireplace with a cozy wrap around your shoulders. The warmth seeped into your bones, spreading like a wave of calm tranquility through you. The gentle crackling of the fire echoed the sound of the sea outside, and you stretched out comfortably in your chair, gazing past the dancing flames to where a tall candle flickered in the window, its light a humble companion against the darkness beyond. The teapot whistled softly, and you poured the fragrant herbal brew, watching the steam rise in gentle curls. The first sip was warm and soothing, enveloping you in a comforting embrace. It held the crispness of lemongrass and the fresh vibrance of chamomile, a perfect end to a gentle day. As you savoured the tea, the rhythm of the night wrapped around you like a lullaby, inviting your wearied thoughts to drift gently towards dreams. The quiet contentment of a peaceful beach evening enfolded you, promising rest as deep and calm as the ocean itself, as vast as the night sky above. With a final stretch, you rose and moved toward the soft comfort of your bed. The night enveloped the world outside your window with a serene stillness, and you let yourself sink into the heart of that silence, where thoughts began to dissolve into gentle dreams. The sound of the waves provided a serene backdrop, a gentle reminder that the world continued in its slow, graceful dance, whispering calm in its wake. Sleep welcomed you like an old friend, wrapping you in its gentle embrace, holding you tenderly in its depths, under the watch of the stars. There was no hurry or need, only the quiet understanding that tomorrow would bring with it the same beauty, the same peaceful shores. And here, deep amidst the Slate-Sand Shores, where softly the world met the sea, you found peace in the lull between the world and dreams, resting under a blanket of night, as sweet and soothing as the sigh of the ocean breeze, until the morning light would call again. The morning arrived softly, painting the horizon in gentle hues of gold and lavender. You awoke to the delicate chorus of birdsong dew clung to the grass outside your window, each droplet catching the early light like tiny gems scattered across the emerald strands. Slipping from the warmth of your bed, you padded quietly to the window, pushing it open to let in the fresh morning breeze. It carried the scent of salt and sea, invigorating as it filled your lungs. The world outside was slowly coming to life, with the sun rising steadily to chase away the final remnants of night. You dressed leisurely, savoring the unhurried pace of the morning. In the quaint kitchen, you prepared a simple breakfast. The comforting aroma of fresh baked bread and brewed tea weaving through the air. You chose to enjoy your meal outside on the small veranda where the view of the ever-shifting sea met your gaze, greeting you with its endless dance. The horizon stretched vast before you, the waves sparkling like thousands of tiny diamonds under the growing sunlight. As you sipped your tea, you watched the seagulls glide effortlessly over the water, their wings catching the light in graceful arcs. Each sip of tea was a moment of pure contentment, each breath drawn full of the clean, bracing morning air. Finished with your breakfast, you decided to wander down to the water's edge once more, your footprints trailing slightly behind as you walked. The sand was cool beneath your feet, and you relished the soothing sensation, grounding yourself with each deliberate step. Morning light painted everything with a crisp clarity. The ocean shimmered like liquid crystal, reflecting a sky now a brilliant azure. Tiny creatures scuttled about busily, leaving delicate patterns in the sand that were soon washed away by the gentle advance of the tide. You paused to watch a pair of crabs searching for breakfast among the scattered shells. Undisturbed by your presence and focused entirely on their task, a soft breeze carried whispers of the ocean, as playful and gentle as the fingertips of a waking dream. You let your thoughts wander, free as the gulls above, as the familiar landscape wrapped you in its embrace. Each sound, each sight was a small act of nature's grace, finding its way into the corners of your heart, filling you with a quiet joy. The sun climbed higher, warming your skin with its nurturing rays, and the world seemed to sigh in contentment all around you. There was a simplicity in these moments, a reminder that life, like the ocean, flows best when it is unhurried and unforced. With the day's warmth seeping into your soul, you felt a serene gratitude for this place, these slate-sand shores, where the gentle call of the waves and the soft touch of the sea breeze provided a timeless sanctuary, a quiet haven away from life's myriad demands. As the day unfolded, with the promise of new adventures and quiet reflections, you knew that whenever the world grew loud and full, you could return here to find solace once more, under the gaze of the timeless stars and the lullaby of the endless sea. Rest now. You're safe, you're warm, and the night is beautifully still. Sweet dreams.